I remember when the first whatever Persian Gulf War or whatever it was in the early 2000s. I went to Rogan to one of his buddies' houses out in the not in the valley, but out Riverside Way, that kind of. And they were making ayahuasca, and it stunk like shit. And then we drank the tea after hours of brewing it, and nothing. And then eventually, we're all just sitting there bummed. And I had brought this bag of little tiny mushrooms that I was embarrassed to take out. But well, if your shit didn't work, I got these, and we tripped our fucking balls off on little tiny fucking mushrooms and caps.
Penis on base.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Those little tiny ones. Watch out for those. That's
like
the
the
real strong
scorpions.
stuff. Yeah.
The scorpions that are smaller are more poisonous or some shit.
Yes. You're talking to the right town. But it was kind of the ones you were stroking in that scene when you're in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you're talking to that little nerdy guy that does tripper tours. And you're just like stroking little, these are even tinier, like they're like silica, like fucking nose hairs.
Yeah. When did you get into psychedelics?
I got talked into, like I was I was scared of drugs. Pot never worked for me as a teenager. I'd get fucking bed spins and throw up. And I didn't get talked into doing mushrooms till I moved to Hollywood when I was 18. And the usual bullshit. They're all natural. Okay. Well, if they're all natural, yeah, that's how they get you. That all natural shit. But I had a fucking brilliant time. I was walking with my friends. We dressed their dog up in my suit and walked him up and down Hollywood Boulevard. And there was these Jesus people doing street theater. And it was just fucking hilarious. And the first time I did acid, I was 20 or 21. And I was living with these people. And my wife, I got married to this lady as a goof that the standard Las Vegas. She was a secretary where I worked, and we got drunk and went out and got married for fun. And then we were married. But I was living with them and some kids and their mother, all renting one house. And there was a basketball hoop in the driveway that all the neighborhood kids would fucking come out and play basketball. And we're tripping our balls off. And it's afternoon, and I'd go out and just watching the fucking basketball trail into the fucking net was amazing. And I go, you want to do another hit? And I went in and I took another hit, and I went out and someone threw the basketball to me, and I inhaled quickly, and it stuck to my uvula. And so I just had a fresh beer. I puked into my mouth, and I didn't want to spit it out because there's a fresh hit of acid in there.
Yeah.
So I tried to swallow the puke, which only makes you puke way harder. Nothing makes you puke more than trying to swallow puke. And so I just sprayed vomit all over the street. And I know there's a fresh hit of acid in there. So I started picking through my vomit, and I look up, and there's like fucking 9 kids between 6 and 12 years old watching me with a beer in my hand on my knees, rummaging through my own sick for valuables. But I found that fucking tab of acid, and I put it in the neck of my beer, chugged it, and we went back. Best fucking night of my life. And those kids are probably traumatized, thinking that was what a drug addict is like. No, that was one of the best nights ever. I watched Pink Floyd The Wall that night for the first time, the first trip, and Pink Floyd The Wall. It's still religion to me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a fantastic one. Live at Pompeii, even better. Have you ever seen Pink Floyd live at Pompeii?
No, I mean the movie The Wall.
Yeah. No, I know.
I don't really like music, but that stuck.
Yeah,
what do you listen to? Do you listen to podcasts, or do you listen to anything?
Audible books. Yeah, that's my favorite music. Audible books.
Did you used to like music, or you never really not hated it, but just never cared about?
I didn't hate it. I just tapped out. Like at some point, you've heard enough songs. I had a iPod. What do you call them? Back in when iPods were a thing that I didn't know how to use, and I had to have someone else I'd find the songs and I had like 230 songs, and I go, that's plenty. Like the only time I listen to this shit is if I'm drunk or tripping or tired of people talking, which is rarely. And then I tried to download Bill Burr's podcast onto it, and it erased all my songs. And I go, fuck it, I'm never listening to music again unless it's on and I have to.